Number 9. Your fingers are lying about the temperature. Picture this. Your fingers suddenly turning white or blue in the cold. Most people shrug and think, poor circulation, nothing serious. But actually, this is often a condition called Raynaud's phenomenon. Here's the dramatic play-by-play. Instead of calmly reducing blood flow like a normal person's hands would, your blood vessels go full-on diva mode when exposed to cold or stress. They don't just narrow down. Nope. They slam the doors shut entirely, like a moody teenager locking themselves in their room. And then your fingers stage a performance in 3 theatrical acts. Act 1. They go ghost white, like they've just witnessed a crime scene. Act 2. They turn icy blue, as if auditioning for the next Avatar movie. Act 3. Blood rushes back in, and suddenly they're blazing red, throbbing and burning like they're doing their best impression of a boiled lobster. But wait, here's the kicker. It doesn't even take freezing temperatures. Stress alone can trigger it. Even something as innocent as reaching into the fridge for a cold soda can set off the full production. And it's not just fingers. Oh no, your toes, ears, nose, and even your tongue can be cast members in this little drama. Number 8, the inability to count sheep. You've heard the old trick. Can't sleep? Count sheep. So you close your eyes and try. 1 fluffy sheep, 2 fluffy sheep, 3 fluffy sheep. But here's the problem. You don't actually see anything in your mind. It's just blank. This isn't you failing at imagination. This might be aphantasia, a condition where your brain literally cannot create mental pictures. Think of it like having a broken projector inside your head. Scientists use something called the apple test to figure this out. They asked people to picture a bright red apple in their mind. Most people can instantly see it. But people with aphantasia? Nothing. Many folks with aphantasia grow up thinking, picture this, or see it in your mind's eye, were just expressions. They thought everyone else was speaking metaphorically. They didn't realize people actually see mental pictures. People with aphantasia can still be wildly creative. They just use different tools. Words, ideas, logic, and concepts instead of pictures. It's like their brain said, fine, no projector, no problem. Let's build an entire mental library instead. Number 7, your superpower is actually a bug. So you're at a party, and your big moment arrives. You casually bend your thumb backward until it nearly touches your forearm. Everyone gasps. Whoa, you're double-jointed. For one brief moment, you feel like an X-Men recruit. But here's the twist. This superpower is actually hypermobility. And it's not nearly as cool as it seems. Hypermobility basically means your connective tissue, the body's natural glue, is too loose. Instead of being tight and supportive, it's more like stretched out rubber bands that lost their snap. Sure, you can do bendy tricks that wow people, but behind the scenes, you're basically a walking injury waiting to happen. Every time you show off your thumb-bending party trick, you're risking a joint slipping out of place. And let's not forget the long-term effects. Early arthritis, chronic pain, random joint dislocations when you least expect it. It's like your body gave you a gift and a curse at the same time. You're more like a factory defect that somehow passed inspection. Number 6, the Statue of Liberty's toes. Okay, let's talk about Lady Liberty, the giant green icon that welcomes millions into New York Harbor. If you look closely at her massive feet, you'll notice something unusual. Her second toe is longer than her big toe. At first glance, you might think, hey, the sculptor messed up. But no, this was intentional. The sculptor, Frederick Bartholdi, modeled her feet after an old artistic tradition called Morton's toe, or Greek toe. Back in ancient Greece, a longer second toe wasn't just normal. It was considered beautiful, even divine. Statues of gods and heroes often showed this feature. And here's the wild part. This isn't just a statue thing. Around 10 or 30% of real people have Morton's toe. Some cultures even believed it marked you as destined to be a leader. So if your second toe outshines your big one, congratulations. You share a genetic trait with Lady Liberty herself. Number 5, the gene that makes food taste like poison. Imagine this. You sit down at a Mexican restaurant excited for guacamole. You take a big scoop and suddenly your taste buds scream, "Soap! Abort mission." No, the chef isn't sabotaging your dinner. You just have a special gene that makes cilantro taste like cleaning supplies. The culprit is a variation in the OR6A2 gene. People with this version of the gene detect aldehyde chemicals in cilantro. Between 4% and 14% of people have this gene. So when they say cilantro tastes like dish soap, they're not exaggerating. Their brain is literally firing off alarms that scream poison. Scientists think this gene may have once protected humans from dangerous plants. But today, all it really does is ruin salsa, tacos, and Taco Tuesday for millions of people. Number 4, the palm line that isn't normal. Take a moment and look at your palm. Most people have 2 or 3 clear horizontal lines, but about 1 in 30 people has just one single line running straight across. It's called a single transverse palmar crease. Doctors used to call it a simian crease because it looks similar to the palms of primates. This line forms when you're still a fetus, around 12 weeks into development. It's more common in men, and sometimes it runs in families. There are even stories of nurses freaking out when they spot it on a newborn, only to realize dad has the same line. They live their whole lives never knowing they're part of the rare 3% club. Number 3, the willpower goosebumps. Everyone knows goosebumps happen when you're cold or creeped out. But imagine being able to make them appear at will. No shivers, no fear, just focus, and boom. Goosebumps on command. This rare ability is called voluntary piloerection, and only about 1 in 1,500 people can do it. That means they can consciously control the tiny muscles at the base of each hair. Many goosebump wizards report other unusual tricks, like moving their ears independently or dilating their pupils at will. It's as if their nervous system has a hidden developer mode the rest of us can't access. Number 2, you can hear silent videos. You're scrolling at night and see a GIF of a tower collapsing. You hear the crash, but wait, the GIF has no sound. This is called visual evoked auditory response, or VER. It's when your brain generates sounds that match visuals, even though they aren't really there. About 20–30% of people experience this. One famous case was a GIF of electricity pylons bouncing. It had no sound, but most viewers swore they heard a thud. Even some deaf people reported hearing it. Their brains filled in the sound automatically. So yeah, next time you hear a silent video, don't panic. Your brain is just showing off its sound effects department. Number 1, why chewing sounds make you furious. You're enjoying lunch when Dave from accounting starts crunching chips. Suddenly, you want to throw him out the window. Don't worry. You're not a psychopath. You might just have misophonia. This condition causes everyday sounds, chewing, yawning, breathing, to trigger your fight or flight response. Brain scans show the anterior insular cortex going into overdrive when misophonia sufferers hear these sounds. To them, a simple crunch is treated like an emergency alarm. And it's not just chewing. Breathing, pen clicking, slurping, even swallowing water can set it off. So if you've ever wanted to strangle someone for chewing gum, relax. It's not you being crazy. It's your brain misfiring. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this soon, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one.